Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done. Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake side step, I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best, snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play, hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way, no look behind the back. Fred in the scene, every angle, every shout. I'm chasing the dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you tuning in to Passion and Precision. Hopefully you're having a good night. Hopefully you're enjoying the sports landscape. We got MLB playoffs, you have the NFL season, you have WNBA finals, you have NBA preseason. Sure, I'm missing a couple, but locked in. We're all ready for it. Hopefully you are. It's a Friday night. Can't complain. So before we get into everything, Jory, how are you doing tonight?
It's been a week, but excited to talk some sports. I got some things I got to get off my chest.
Okay. I mean, look, the people tuning in, they know that's what we do here. Keep it real, have fun, laugh, get a rant or two or three or four, get a few of them. Key, welcome back once again. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, good, regarding the circumstances of how this government is, affecting folks, mainly me, since I am a federal worker, but that's another story for another day. But it is Friday, and we got some things to talk about. I got a feeling it may not be heated, but it's gonna be good though.
Yeah, for sure. Curran, what's up? Sijan, what's going on? Appreciate y'all coming through. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into these topics really quickly here. We got to start off where everybody has been watching the WNBA. What's going on, David? Brandon, Ando, what's up? How you doing? We should be talking about the WNBA finals. But Nafisa Collier, let us in on some of the stuff going on behind the scenes. Good for her, by the way. But exposing Cathy, Commissioner Cathy, and some of her off-the-wall mindset. So just to paraphrase, because we'll probably get more specifics into it, but basically, according to Cathy, if you're complaining about the officiating, you're a loser, because only losers worry about that. Bold thing to say to somebody that was an MVP finalist, but hey, Cathy, you do you. Then with Caitlin Clark, I guess in terms of like other athletes making more money off the court than necessarily from the WNBA, the message was, well, should be glad that they have that platform because they only have it because of the W. Those like the two big talking points.
First of all, that's a lie.
Look, whatever helps Cathy go to sleep, cool. But now, because of all this, I feel like people were looking at Cathy and be like, you might not need to be the commissioner anyway. But now looking at this whole thing, is this the like nail in the coffin? And should we expect Cathy to be replaced here pretty soon? I mean, you can start with your thoughts on the whole conversation between the two of them first, but that's the main question for me. Is this going to be the lasting legacy of Cathy as the WNBA commissioner? I mean, you can start, Jordan.
I think so, because at this point, how is anybody gonna trust her to have their best interest at heart?
That's true.
As press conference, it just pissed me off because I can't stand when people do this. You being held accountable, you're holding your feet to the flame, and here your stupid ass go bringing your kids into it. She said there's a lot of inaccuracies out there through social media and all this reporting. I don't think it's that inaccurate, Cathy, considering there's other players backing feet up.
I
Like,
mean, yeah. She's got players. She's got legends. Lisa Leslie backing
exactly.
up
If it
Nafisa.
wasn't unfounded, the
Mhm.
reaction wouldn't be like this.
Yep.
I have 2 kids who are devastated by these comments. You only said that dumb shit just so you get the damn flame off of your ass. That's a lie too. And if you're like, your kids are probably teenagers, they probably don't give a rat's ass, in all honesty. You're just throwing them into the fire like they're just so devastated because, oh, they're saying all of this about my mama. I'll get defensive about mine, but I'm not going to be defensive, yes.
Mhm.
Devastated and hurt? No. Just if you say something crazy about my mama, just know I'm going to be about that when I see you. So, I'm bring up your children. What was the point in that deflecting ass bullshit? Answer the question, Cathy. Come on, Cathy. Come on now. But you did answer about, you did say that you vehemently denied saying what you said about Caitlin Clark, and I think that's a lie as well. Remember, there were other people in those rooms when you allegedly said these things,
Mhm.
and some of those people are backing Fee.
I mean, yeah. I mean, look, it's. I know Kerm said mostly all commissioners are bad. I guess to a certain extent, but you very rarely would see any of these other commissioners, come out publicly like this against the players. Because most people say Silver is too player friendly. Manfred is more so stubborn, but that's like growing the game and changing the game and everything like that until recently. I don't think any of them have like this label that Cathy is creating for herself because of this situation. But Key, like, what were your thoughts on this whole thing?
First off, in the words of Maury, the lie detector was proven that was a lie. That was a lie. All a lie. Why would you sit up here and say, pretty much you're saying Nafisa Collier is a straight up liar? Where is she getting all this information from, Cathy? She's just not getting it from thin air. She's just not reading it in a book nowhere. She got it straight from the horse's mouth. And you think that she was going to sit there and take this and not let it sit well? Absolutely not. And everybody is backing and siding with Nafisa Collier. All the WNBA players, Caitlin Clark even said something. Asia Wilson, everybody is backing Fee. You know why? Because I believe she's part of the Players Association or something. I think she does. Her and Neka Aguma guy. So I know they're in there as far as like the union for the players. So yeah, Fee is an awesome businesswoman at that. So why not have her? Why would she lie about everything like that? Especially the integrity for herself. She's one of your major stars besides everybody else in the WNBA right now.
Mm-hmm.
She is a hot commodity right now. Do y'all not see what she's doing in Philly right now? Unrivaled Part 2, Season 2 is coming to Philly in January, and they just had something here, and I'm so mad because I was the last. I found out today. Really, shit happened yesterday. I'm so mad I went down there, but yeah, like you, and then they're asking Cathy what's going on. She ducking the question. She's beating around the bush. She deflecting. She playing a. This is how you know she's guilty because she playing a victim role.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
She getting defensive. Like your kids don't care about. They're not devastating them. I'm sure they're not. She's over exaggerating, but something's gonna have to give. Either she apologizes or set a better example or all else. Get somebody else to run the WNBA if you don't feel like you're doing it. I mean,
And
I
if
feel
they
like
really were devastated, girl, some of us don't give a rat's ass about that. FTK, toughen up.
FDK, them kids.
Like, that ain't got nothing to do with
Yeah.
what you were asked. Pick a different sympathy card, because that was declined.
I almost wonder, like, because I guess the NBA still kind of governs over the league. Like, is this going to get to the point where Silver may have to step in, and if it's removing Cathy and like inserting somebody from maybe the NBA office temporarily until they come up with a more permanent person, like, because I agree with you, Jory. If I'm a player and I know that we're negotiating with Cathy, I can't feel good about her mindset going into these negotiations, because now she's already played the victim card once. Who's to say she's not going to take that into negotiations and start saying, well, the players don't want to agree to whatever, and try to flip the script on them. So maybe this is something that, like, after the finals kind of gets resolved, because you don't want to necessarily take attention from the whole series, which did start tonight. So, maybe that's what saves Cathy for, a week or so. But yeah, they definitely have to do something, because Unrivaled is doing their thing. Players are excited to play there. Like,
And
Cathy
the
should be
one thing
capitalizing
about
off of that.
the one thing about Unrivaled is Fee and her husband went to Cathy, and with a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Unrivaled, the WNBA. Cathy turned it down. Like, what? What are we doing? Like, this is a great opportunity in marketing wise. Like, what do you mean you turning it down? Now players don't have to go overseas and be away from their families when they can be an bruh.
Yeah.
Like,
You
how do
can
you
use the
turn it down?
Unrivaled League as a developmental league for the WNBA.
That would have been the smartest thing to do. Because
And the
we
thing
talked
is,
about this season, you had draft picks getting released
Getting cut.
because of lack of roster spots.
mm-hmm.
Boom, you put them in Unrivaled, have it go on during the WNBA season or whatever, extend that league out a little bit. But like you said, Jory, use that as a place to store talent. And then, the following off season or something, if teams want to sign players from there, they can. Like, it makes too much sense. But apparently Cathy just wants to make this difficult.
Another thing, I had to write Jamel Hill's tweet.
Mm-hmm.
She said, one thing that's being overlooked or forgotten with Cathy Engelbert is that she was hand-selected by the NBA commissioner. If accountability
It's an
goes
Adam
to the
Silver
top,
hiring.
then it seems that Adam Silver needs to be asked some questions too. So, Kyle, I really like that. You hit the nail on the head. So now I think this is going to open up some bigger apples, because it's going to go up to the NBA now.
Yep.
Because
Hey, look.
everybody's turned on her. Nobody's going to want to negotiate.
Mhm.
Nobody trusts her. Nobody likes her.
Yeah.
She ruined that.
But it's like, even with that, I'm okay with that, because Silver had to appoint somebody over because he wasn't going to oversee it. So that part's fine. But now he now has the power to look at this and go, okay, Cathy, you were good for a year, whatever, to now. But now we're about to venture into like big money land. And because of this, I'm going to have to replace you, because I can't have players necessarily not looking forward to coming to the league because of your stance with the talent, and because of this standoff with an MVP candidate. Got to move on from you. Like, I'm fine that Silver put her there, but now Silver needs to probably remove her or something. Like, maybe Key's right. maybe she apologizes. Her and Fee can hash it out or whatever, and start to build that back up. I don't know. She might have gone. She might have crossed the bridge too far.
That bridge is burnt down.
I don't know if there's no coming back from that. Honestly, like you literally sat there and you're gonna say, oh, I don't know where you got this out of context. Or I don't know where you got this from. You got it from you. Like you're pretty much saying that she's lying. Come on now. Why would she lie about something like this?
Yes.
Who comes up with that? If you listen to what she said, who comes up with that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess we'll see. Like I said, I don't expect anything to happen necessarily during the finals, but after, I feel like something definitely has to happen.
I think all hell's going to break loose after the finals, honestly, because like you said, they're fighting for a new deal, CBA. I think they did get a new TV deal for something. I think I heard Cathy say. I think so. I mean, the WNBA is trending in the right direction, but now that you have this, now kind of takes a pause on things. Now it's just like you effed up big time. Now it's just like what are we going to do now? So, like I said, they're not going to take away from the finals. Now the finals are set up to where 7 games. They can go all 7 now. It used to be 5. Now 7-game series if need be. So I mean, let's not take this away from the finals, but it is something that is hot. You got to talk about. But I don't know. I think something's going to happen at after the finals is over.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look. Obviously, when something does, we will definitely be here to talk about it. I guess real quickly, predictions for the finals.
Aces and 6.
Okay. What would you got, Jory?
The same thing.
Okay. Yeah, I actually had aces and 6 as well, but I'm kind of hoping for 7. Like it'd be fitting for this season. I feel like they need a game 7 for this.
If it goes to 7, then I'm having Phoenix.
That would seem to play into the Mercury's hands.
Because I said Phoenix was going to be a sleeper, sneaky team to watch out for. Once they got everybody back healthy, and it showed, and here they go.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I think David represents where a lot of WNBA fans are. They are 100% behind the FISA and exposing Cathy.
Right. So you have to protect them and not let them get beat up all to hell by people like by stupid ass people like Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah.
And other people who like to play dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Before we move forward, what did y'all really think about that collision her and Alyssa Thomas had? Like, do you think y'all should have called that foul and that Cheryl had a right to be upset the way she was?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you see your star player going down, I would expect Cheryl to kind of lose it. So I didn't have a problem with that. I didn't know the damage was to the extent
didn't either.
that
I was like, oh my God, it's a grade 2 ligament in the knee and the ankle and shin. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I saw her like rolling around in a little thing with her in the walking boot, like elevated, and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't have a problem with Cheryl's reaction. Kern says, is it 232 or 22111?
It's a 22.
111, I think.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
You're talking about the final. So 2.
No, the finals format.
So it's 2 in Vegas, 2 in Phoenix. Then it goes Phoenix. Then it goes Vegas, Phoenix.
I'm over here thinking y'all speaking in code. What are we speaking numbers for? Like, what the hell?
No, that's what they call it. That's how they do it.
This is not Morse code.
Vegas gets 2, the Mercury gets 2, and then it alternates back to
yeah. I mean, love that. Jory should get into soccer. It's a 4-2-3-1 formation. You think it's a whole other language.
I'd
All right,
rather
listen.
fall. I'd rather listen to paint dry and watch a bug fly.
I know I'm with you on that. I can't watch soccer either. I can't.
That I'm gonna convert them somehow. I'm gonna convert them. All right, let's go ahead to the NFL. So, real quickly, some NFL news and notes for you. Um, let's start Dylan Gabriel. He's getting the starting nod. They benched Joe Flacco.
About
They didn't
time.
make Joe Flacco the number 3. He's now backing up Dylan Gabriel, which means superstar Shador is still the number 3 quarterback.
I got
Looking
some
at
words
this,
for him.
huh?
I got some words for him later.
I know you do. And looking at this, did they make the right decision switching to Gabriel? And do you see Gabriel having any success? Any more success than Flacco would have?
One, before we start, Currum, I had an A in pre-calculus. I just don't like it.
She didn't know the lingo of how
Yeah,
the
yeah, didn't
finals
know,
are
yeah.
going to be played. That's not a knock on her math skills, Coo. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
I mean, I get it. If you just heard a bunch of numbers coming at you, you think Morse code or,
Because I'm like, what are we
programming language,
counting?
something like so. Yeah, go ahead.
Back to Dylan Gabriel.
Mhm.
It's great that he's. What was your question again? I think it's still great that he's starting because Flacco was flathead.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. Flacco was retired like 2 years ago, and they dragged this man off his couch.
He's off his couch, taking his kids to school, talking about something you want to come in for a job. No, I don't. Like, what?
we saw this happening. I saw this eventually coming to this once he started getting into games when they were down hopelessly. I said they're about to make this transition, so they're starting to put him in now.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was going to be this early, but clearly Stefanski has had enough.
Yeah.
And as far as the third one that shouldn't even be getting media time, that should be irrelevant, that's not even leading the goddamn scout team,
Mm-hmm.
and get all this mouth, smart ass, leave him alone. Like, Cleveland just set this man up to fail, and it pisses me off so bad. Y'all know for a fact that the media is going to swarm him. You have the power to not allow that. Not allow third people who are on the practice squad, who aren't even on the goddamn active roster, to speak to the media. You can have the power to not allow that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They don't see Standers as ready to start yet, for whatever reason. I'm tired of them being a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And doing stupid shit for no freaking reason. Like, all of this could have been prevented. They set this kid up to fail. Is he helping himself fail? Yes. But at the same time, they are setting himself up. And a part of me really wants to think that maybe he'll wake up and realize they're giving me everything I need to fail. And stop playing into people's hands, but I'll get into that later. Leave him alone. And as far as his comments,
Going on, Benny?
like, what is with it? Y'all must like y'all beef medium rare or something. Everybody beefing. And it's really annoying. No, like, dead ass. You got Nikki and Cardi over here insulting each other's kids.
Well, in Carly's defense, Nikki started it first. So
Of course she's already starting it. She always started, little crackhead ass. I'm tired of her. Retire. Go back to where you came from.
Cardi didn't do nothing. All she did was put
She
out an
ain't do
album.
nothing.
Here come Nicki. I'm gonna put my album out in a year. Excuse me, a year.
And she only did that because people like Cardi's album. You bitter bit. Ooh.
Mm.
Ooh. Ooh. And she's the same age as LeBron fucking James. Excuse my language. The same age.
Yeah.
They both childish. What is with all this beefing? Why are we trying to create beef between the quarterbacks? I know that the quarterback room is dysfunctional.
Gabriel be throwing shade low key.
He
It's
sure
like
do.
nobody don't be peeping it.
I don't know why you're trying to act like don't nobody be saying slick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody picking up on that. Like, needs to hang it up and go start knitting or something.
And
Girl,
now she needs to go to
raise your
rehab.
kids.
Better
Huh?
listen to Amy Winehouse.
She need to go to rehab for real. Anyway.
Go to rehab and leave that pedophile husband of yours. But that's another story for another day.
Thank you. I'm just like, when it comes to the whole Browns quarterback situation, I'm glad Gabriel has his chance. Now, do I think it's also BS that they just didn't make Flacco the third string and move Shador up? Yes. That is a load of crap. I thoroughly believe that.
So what? I mean,
You already know he's not
what
good
should
enough
that?
to start.
What should that tell Shador though?
He should just okay. So I get it. Like okay, you fell for fifth round for a reason.
Yeah.
There's reasons behind it. We all know this. But at the same time, Shador needs to still be humble that a team chose him because he was 2 rounds off of not getting picked up.
Mm-hmm.
So he needs to make the best of it. I understand, you got your mouth. You is your daddy's child. But at the same time, you got to be smart about it. All right, you know what? I'm not getting these reps with the first and second team. Hell, not even the scout team. But you know what? I'm going to go out there and do what I'm going to do. I'm going to do what I'm told. I'm going to get better. I'm going to show y'all that when my name gets called, that I'm going to go out there and perform. So,
And that you can actually handle it by doing all this little sideshow clown shit and you're showing the world that you're immature.
Yeah.
What does that tell anybody? That when they give you a shot and you say something crazy or if it don't go right, you're not going to take accountability for where you did wrong. Remember, we already know you blamed a lot of your players at Colorado. They don't trust you with that. So I hope he sees the writing on the wall and sees that he needs to tighten up.
Right. Especially now that they've moved off of Flacco, Shador should now be like, okay. So they're ready. They're ready to open the door for either Dylan or myself to now take over the starting role. Dylan's gonna get his first shot. Cool. If Dylan fails, Shador should be ready to get his opportunity. Now, Dylan Gabriel does have a tough stretch to deal with. He's going to get the Vikings defense this week over in London. Then he gets the Steelers defense, which, depending how you feel about them. Then the Dolphins defense, which their defensive line at least is okay. Still something to worry about. Then you have the Patriots defense, which we all know Vrabel and his staff will have a plan ready. Then Glenn and the Jets. Then the Ravens defense, which, I mean, by then, who knows what they'll look like. They might completely form it in by then.
I see Shador starting sometime this season. So he needs to mellow down, stay humble, be ready because his name's going to be called. He's going to be able to play with the first unit and everything. And this is when we're going to be able to see if he can definitely play in NFL. Preseason is preseason. That's the people who need to make the team and try to, you're not playing. I don't want to call them nobodies, but you're not playing no competition. You get to play with the full ones to see if you are NFL ready. And I would be getting all my reps in, trying to make no mistakes, make sure my mechanics are great, going to whoever I need to go to make sure I'm good. I'm going to stay ready. And I would shut up from here on now, until then.
And something else that kind of pissed me off surrounding him. The damn coddling. Not Gabriel. The other one. The coddling. That's the problem now. Quite literally. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I say this, but this is what happens when you don't teach your kids what real life is. If all your kids have known is the best of everything and they're the best thing walking since sliced bread and all of this other stuff, and they don't know the absolute worst or the absolute idea of something like that, you create entitled little brats like this who pantomime their damn answers because they got offended by what somebody said.
Yeah. I mean, look, I said throughout this whole thing, name another team where you, A, know who the third string quarterback is, or B, have actually heard from the third string quarterback. Cleveland's the only spot in the NFL where we are hearing more from Shedeur than Flacco or Dylan Gabriel. That's a problem. Like, that speaks to whether it's Stefanski or whoever is in charge of kind of like getting the quarterback ready, offensive coordinator, whatever. Like, somebody has to get in Shedeur's ear and be like, if they're going to ask you questions, give them the boring answers that like Patriots players used to give. I'm just going to, do my work, put my work in, and wait for my opportunity. Keep it simple as that. Do not become, somebody that is easy to root against before you even get on the field. Like, there might be some Browns fans that might be done with him already. He hasn't even taken a snap in the regular season because of this. That's the part I don't get.
Cleveland shouldn't have drafted him, period. Let's just say that. They had Gabriel. What do you need Shedeur for? There's plenty of other teams who needed a quarterback. I swore up and down, Oz got his truth, that the Saints was going to take him, that the Raiders was going to take him. There were teams that needed a quarterback. And you stick him with Cleveland, purgatory hell for quarterbacks. And then you're going to trade for Kenny Pickett and then trade him away. Why, Cleveland? What are we doing, Haslam? What are we doing? He didn't even want him.
And you still got to deal with that damn idiot that done popped another Achilles.
That's the crazy thing. He's still lingering around. Oh. And they can't, Kerm, they have too many. Can't really move any of them. I mean, Shedeur, maybe you can get somebody to take him, but Deshaun Watson, nobody's touching that. Flacco, like we just said, Flacco already retired. Flacco's probably not looking to pack up and go anywhere else. After this season, Flacco will probably retire, unplug his phone, change his number, be like, y'all leave me alone.
What more does Flacco need to do? He got a ring already. He don't need to do nothing else.
So this is Cleveland's mess, and now they're going to have to make the most of it. If you're Cleveland, you're probably hoping Dylan Gabriel looks really good, and then you can just kind of close the book on the quarterback conversation. But if he struggles, we already know it's coming. When should you throw Shedeur out there? And Benny has a question. Do we actually think Shedeur is truly NFL ready?
As far as maturity-wise, hell no.
True. The way he's handling the media doesn't give you excitement to, anoint him as your, because once you're the starting quarterback, you become like the spokesman for the team. And if you're not ready for that part of it, the media will eat you up.
And he's
Probably like he's
gunshot.
in Cleveland and not like New York or Philly or Boston, because they would have gotten real crazy real quick with him.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't have lasted. Even no, because you know why? If he so let's just say Cleveland again. Let's just say Cleveland didn't get him. Howie was taking him. Howie was on record and said that. We was going to take Shador. Cleveland picked him before us because it was Cleveland and then it was Philly. Cleveland picked him. I was like, damn, he was right there. You wouldn't have heard a peep out of him in Philly.
Exactly.
He would have been on the third string. He would have shut up. He would have been behind Tanner McKee. He would have learned from Jalen Hurts. You wouldn't have known he was on the team.
Yeah. Wanted him with the Saints. Seems more fitting. Well, we also learned that Shador wasn't open to going everywhere, which is another crazy part of the story.
I bet he wish he was in Baltimore right about now.
Yeah, he probably would be starting. Look, Lamar's hurt. You think they want to throw Cooper Rush out there?
No.
But hey, this is what he's put himself in. Let's go on to other news. Azeez Al-Shaair. Every year it seems like there's one of these plays where you're sitting there thinking, how's he gonna get punished for it? So if you didn't see the play, I mean, this is a still image. He followed through on a QB pressure on Cam Ward, hit Cam Ward in the face mask, took him down. Because Cam Ward, if you can see it, Cam Ward has let go of the ball, and Shaair took a couple of steps and then laid him out.
Did they throw the flag at least?
No, hell no. Nuh-uh.
Really?
They let the play go, and I would have thought with Shahir's history alone, he'd have drawn a flag. But now people are asking, should he be punished for it? So we'll start there. And Jory, I'm gonna let you take this one because that's your team. You saw the play and everything. Should he be suspended? Should he be fined? What should it be?
They're gonna start. If they're gonna do anything, they're gonna start with a fine. Mm-hmm. At the same damn time, how many times can you fine somebody before the 3 games and you give them a 3-game suspension for hitting somebody late? The damn ref decides not to throw the flag on a clear roughing the passer penalty, which was some bull. Mm-hmm. And the one thing about that crap that really pissed me off, and it just made me think that Brian Callahan needs to go. So that should have been a fucking fight. That should have been a brawl. They should still be fighting right now. He launched.
Oh, that's not his first offense for doing stuff.
Yeah, last year was Trevor Lawrence hit.
Last year was a Trevor Lawrence. He had 2 last year. He hit Tony Pollard late last year. He punched the running back for the Bears last year. He hit Trevor Lawrence. He's had multiple of these stupid ass penalties, and it's not doing anything to him. Yep. What we have right now is another rendition of Vontaze Burfict. You're talented enough to without all the extra crap. And the NFL needs to this is dangerous. It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was watching the game. I think I tuned into it a little before that play, and when I saw it, my first reaction was, who was it? But then automatically I was like, Texans is probably Al-Shaair because he seems to find himself in these positions. And like I said, reputation alone, he probably should have drawn a flag. But then we also know, sometimes refs, when it comes to rookies, for whatever reason, they seem to be hesitant to give them a play like this. Because,
that was a clear one, though.
But I know a lot of people would say, if it was Mahomes, he probably would have drawn 2-3 flags and, might have been ejected from the game or something like that. And that's something I think in some instances it probably does happen, but something like this, he's the quarterback. You can't. leave him exposed like that to take a hit like that and not get any type of penalization for it.
I'm
Like
sorry.
that's
If I'm a lineman and I'm seeing that, we scrapping. Like, you's not gonna hit my quarterback.
Jeffrey Simmons should have done what was it, Lattimore? The time when he left the side and went to the other side to like get in James Winston's
Yeah.
face. Should have did that. And because it's Al Shahir, people would have been fine with it. Because this dude skates that line entirely too closely every year.
And they know that because Al Shair was also a Titan.
Yeah, he was.
Mm.
That's true.
Somebody should have whooped his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Now, the NFL is reviewing the hit, which makes me think we'll probably hear something.
You're gonna get a fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably like Saturday or something, or maybe Sunday morning. We'll probably get some ruling on that. But the fact that they're looking at it, and with his history, something's got to be coming from that.
Either repeat
And it
offender.
don't need to be no stupid little ass 10, 12K. Give that man a fine and he gonna feel.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Key to your team. It's the AJ Brown annual cryptic tweet saga. So this one, he quoted a Bible verse, which you're like, okay, throwing God out there with you. But he quickly takes it down because of people reading into it to see who he's talking about. He came out and said he wasn't talking about Hurts necessarily or the Eagles. And he kind of further expounded on it by saying, yeah, the team's winning, but he's frustrated. And he feels like when the offense is struggling, give him the ball because he wants that pressure. And I know Eagles fans have pointed out last week it looked like Hurts was forcing the ball to A.J. Brown to the tune of 2 catches, 7 yards. So it didn't really work, but I guess as an Eagles fan, like, is this something that you think is a big deal, no deal, or something worth watching?
He does this every year.
Yep.
He even come out and said, he apologized for it. I just feel like it's the wrong place, not the right time. I get your production is not there, but we're still 4-0. It wasn't towards Hurts or anything. It was towards Kevin Petrulio. Like, hey, draw some plays up for me. Like, what are we doing? It was towards him, and every fan in Philly know it was towards Kevin Petrulio. So, I mean, I just felt like he doing it at the wrong time. He took some accountability for it. He talked to the media about it so we can shut up. It's over. It's done. He said it. Let's move on. Week 5. We got a game to play on Sunday. So it's done and over with. But AJ does it every year.
You think he'd learn? When you're hyper emotional, don't get on Twitter.
Yeah. That's something he probably should have learned by now. Because every time he's done it, it's kind of blown up in his face. So I guess the follow-up question, is this something that may lead to A.J. Brown out of Philly?
Absolutely not. He already said Philly's his home. He ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
For now.
See, Joey sounds like somebody who, well, I mean, he was on your team, but didn't necessarily leave because of something like this. But
he left because John Robinson's stupid ass didn't want to pay him.
Yes.
And that fat neck bastard got the nerve to sit on Instagram over here trying to troll, talking about weak ass, but it's my fault. You damn right it's your fault, you rosy-faced idiot.
I wasn't even trying to tee that one up, but I realized once I said it, you're probably gonna load on John Robinson because you talk about him a lot. Because
you should have already knew that was coming.
But I mean, look, it's warranted because
and what we got in return was a pack of crackers and a fat ass Treylon Burks.
Yeah. He's just not going anywhere. Okay.
I can't stand him. The fact that he even went on Instagram and had the nerve to make that his caption, "We ass." You look like an ass. What are we talking about? It's my fault. What do you mean? Are you trying to be slick? Because dumb, it is your fault. All of your
Right, that's what it
picks,
seemed like.
all of
It
your
seemed like he was
picks,
trying to be
even
like, no, go ahead.
like, go ahead. Because I'm like, all of his picks, even after the AJ trade, stunk.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at Trayvon Burks. He not even on no team. I don't think he is.
No, he on the
I don't think so. Yeah.
And when he's off of it, when he's healthy, he's getting cut.
Wait, what? He's still on your team?
He's hurt.
Yeah. Yeah. But I just feel like Robinson was trying to be like, remember, I haven't been there in a few years now. You can't blame me. What Robinson
Yes, the hell
fails
we
to
can.
realize, NFL fans aren't dumb. You make mistakes with your draft, that can haunt a team for 4-5 years. So they are going to be upset with you because they still see AJ Brown running on the field in a different uniform, and Titans fans are like, he should still be in Tennessee. But you didn't want that. So, of course, they're going to still look at you and be like, you're the reason for this.
Yes, I'm still upset with him. And for him to have the unmitigated fucking audacity to get on Instagram with his smug ass and sit here and try to taunt like he didn't cause the shit is absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Like, it's still my fault. We ass. Your chin look like an ass. What are we talking about? Didn't nobody tell you to trade AJ Brown to Philadelphia for a pack of crackers and a box of marshmallow fluff? You fucking idiot.
Man, it's why he is sitting on
The
Instagram
best thing
while
that you did was draft Jeffrey Simmons and draft Derek and hire Vrabel. You fat fuck. Like, the fuck?
so, I mean that's kind of the big NFL news. We'll keep it going. I'm having too much fun right now. So Key, we'll let you go with bird's eye view.
All right. How do I follow this up? All right, so we got the bird's eye view for this week. We got we're in week 5 already. I swear we just started the NFL. Like we were starting. Yes, we can't wait till the NFL start. We almost halfway through. So week 5 we got the Denver Broncos. Now, been 4-0, trying to see if we can become 5-0. Some injuries here and there. So we're going to start with. Hold on, I gotta get my notes together because I had some notes. Look, I got prepared. I got notes. All right, so we get the Eagles O line versus Denver's pass rush. Now, Denver's pass rush is actually kind of pretty good. Nick Benito and them guys over there, they're leading the league in sacks. So I feel like I know our O line's banged up a little bit. Whether they're saying, are we banged up? Whether it's Dickerson, Jurgens, we haven't seen Lane here and there. You had to put Matt Pryor in, who God knows, please don't put him in the games no more. Just don't insert him. Just automatically put Fred Johnson in. Every time something happens to the lineman, just automatically insert Fred Johnson into the lineup. Don't even put Matt Pryor out there because he thinks. We know why he brought him back. But anyway, so because of the line is maybe not 100% or at its best, that's going to add some more extra pressure. But I think Jalen Hurts is mobile enough to escape the pressure, turn nothing into something. So we just got to keep the pass rush off, and I think we'll be all right. Saquon's run production. Stop running this man up the middle. The middle's not working. Did y'all see what this man did last year? 2,000 yards. They're going to stack the box. Teams are going to stack the box. High school teams would stack the box. Middle school and little league, they're going to stack the box if we have a 2,000 rusher from last year. So he won't do this again. What do? Run him to the outside. Play action. Set up the run. Saquon has to, I think he's going to have a breakout if we do these things because Denver's run defense isn't that great either. There's your opportunity, Petrulio. Run him on the outside. Don't run his ass up the middle. It's not going to work. Make Denver one-dimensional.
And
They
guess what
have
Saquon can do? Catch.
Very true.
he's a good back to catch. He's a good catching back out the backfield. Use him. Set up a screen. Something.
But
Something.
Tulo's pissing me off because you finna get Devontae Smith either benched or kicked off of my goddamn fantasy team because I don't know why he is so allergic to wide receivers. Use
He's
your
allergic.
wide receivers
Yeah.
early. Dum.
He's allergic to a lot of things. Denver's run game versus the Phillies front. Gotta make Denver one-dimensional. I feel like if you make Denver one-dimensional, you get them to pass. Front could pressure Bo Nix.
Mhm.
And then win the turnover battle. Eagles are +4 with the turnover margin. Create some turnovers, create some points off of it. And the one that's not on here is get started early. Don't have these flip-floppy halves. One half y'all elite and the next half nothing. Or the first half y'all do nothing and the second half we're coming back. No. 60 minutes of football. Keep the same energy. That is all.
Okay. So before we move on to the next one, appreciate everybody's in the chat. Keep that energy going. If you can, like, subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff. All right. Music City Blitz, Jory, take it away.
I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired. I'm tired.
That should have been up there. I am tired of this.
I'm tired.
Oh,
I am so tired.
man.
And Cam was right. We are ass. Cheeks. Sweat. Juice. Whatever you want to put next to it.
Doo-doo butter.
Like, they look like they don't want to try. Callahan is an idiot. I don't know how many times I got to say this. I'm going to say this until he gets fired. Jeffrey's playing well. Bright spot. Jeffrey's playing well. His nose tackle can't stay in damn shape. And he on IR. My other linemen are on IR. The main problem with this team right now is the fucking coach. It's really the coach. There is talent, and that's what pisses me off. And you see how I started it. I still ended up picking them to win versus Arizona. Now, am I going to end up going to regret that? Yes. But I think my defense can get on top of that midget.
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
That's not. He's an idiot. My dog can coach better than this. Like, all you see when you watch this team is the get back game. I'm like, oh my God. The get back game.
Hey, Kyler Murray's got a Call of Duty beta this week. Just saying.
Heard it ain't good.
Oh.
He is on the wrong team. He need to be on the couch with his dropping the ball ass. He had to put on special sunglasses. They got the little thingies out so he can focus on the ball. Catch! Hold on to it. It's not that hard, bro. It is really not that hard. Now, Alec, Ayo. That I'm not even finna sit here and do that.
Yeah.
If you pay attention to everybody on my team, there's a lot of Nigerian, African.
I want to say it's Ayo Minor.
He's Nigerian.
That's what I think.
Ayo Minor, and then you got Kamire and Femi and.
Don't forget about Chig.
Tongue twisters.
Okonkwo.
Though I realized that I knew how to pronounce that because I read. What was that damn book I read in school? Whatever. This team stinks. I'm close to not watching them for the rest of the season. I give up on Callahan.
Mhm.
Save Cam. Fire that dumbass. Out of all the games that happened last week, guess whose team was the only one who didn't score a fucking point?
Yeah, that's definitely tough.
The only one.
Yeah.
This is an embarrassment. This is a travesty, and this is why I am forever gonna be mad at John Robinson with his hot in the face ass. You, it started because of him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's where
I root
lasting
for this
effects.
team.
Mhm.
Every
Yo,
team,
this
every
game is physical. Sorry.
every week, I root for this team, and it feels like I'm putting on a rainbow colored afro and a big ass red nose on. But that's my team, and I'ma stick to them. No, bump that. Y'all not getting my attention if y'all don't win a game. And Miss Amy, I don't want to hear shit else about a collaborative approach. Fuck that. Figure something else out.
Look, I can't be mad at Drury because I would be pissed off too if my
Yeah.
team hasn't won a game yet, and you know the talent that your team got. Like, so
They're
I
too
understand.
talented for this shit.
Yeah.
They're too talented.
Yeah. I
Entirely
definitely get
too talented. But when you're led by a lifeless dumbass, this is what you get.
it. Hmm.
They should have left Callahan in Houston. Take that man to Mexico and leave him. Bye.
I mean, he can go to Miami for McDaniels.
They both can go.
Hmm.
I think McDaniels would make a good offensive coordinator, just not a head coach.
Brian Callahan is fucking terrible, period.
Yeah.
Period.
I
And
mean,
the
I
only
feel like
thing that this is the fact
yeah.
that Zach Taylor,
Hmm.
you know what? Zach Taylor got shut out too. A field goal don't damn count.
True.
The fact that both Zach Taylor and Brian Callahan are struggling right now just reinforces my thought that both of them can get on a big ass horse and ride the highway to hell. You're terrible. And Joe Burrow made them look so much better than what they actually are.
Hmm.
So yeah, Burrow, the reason why Zach Taylor got a job.
Yeah.
He's the reason why Callahan got a job too.
Hmm. But that
That
happens.
approach.
You know, Peyton Manning got Adam Gase a job, and Adam Gase got the head coaching job, and he clearly couldn't handle it. Um, you see that around the league because it's now an offensive league, so teams are willing to just at the end of the season look at who did well offensively and pluck whoever the offensive coordinator is and go, hey, you're now our head coach. Fortunately, not every coordinator can be a head coach. Some coordinators are just good coordinators. Josh McDaniels is one of them.
Oh
He's had a
God.
couple of chances as a head coach, clearly can't handle it. You're just an OC. And for Brian Callahan, look, he has to understand at best, he gets till the bye. If they stick at the bye, every team at the bye loves making coaching changes because you got 2 weeks to, get everything settled. You can kind of slide it into the news cycle with other games going on. If Brian Callahan isn't thinking about that, then that's on him. That is his absolute cutoff date to get this turned around. He has to know that. If he plays his cards right, he'll probably be gone in a week or two.
Because how dare you sit here and get this new stadium built for the poor people of Tennessee? I'm not saying that they're poor. Raising up their property taxes and shit for this bullshit. How? for a clown show
Mm-hmm.
with no direction. Granted, injury update. Um, Tajay Spears is gonna come. It's gonna come back soon. That should help my running attack with some balance. Not that it matters anyway. You know, I done gave up on this team for the year. I'm like, I done had 3 crash outs in 4 weeks.
You didn't crash out every week, actually.
Every week.
But look, the good thing with the NFL is if you once you hit rock bottom, whatever, if you do the right stuff, you can bounce back quickly. You look at that division.
Had the number 1 pick last year.
I know, but look, you could be the Saints who've been bad for an extended period of time. You could be a lot of these other teams. But you're in a division where, Houston has their own issues. They're not running away with it anytime soon. The Jags have their own questions with their quarterback, and they have a new coaching staff, so it's going to take them some time to get going. And the Colts, yes, the Colts have been the talk of the NFL early in the season, but let's see how they are 5-6 weeks from now. We don't know. So the future could be bright in Tennessee if Miss Amy, as you put it, makes the decision she needs to make now and get the right person in there.
What she messed up was firing Vrabel, not having a damn plan, dummy.
Well, butterfly effect would be she didn't do that. I don't know who would be coaching the Patriots. I don't know.
Look, the answers Sage's question. I mean, I can see Kellen Moore. I mean, at some point the Saints are going to get rid of him, but it's really not his fault. Again,
yeah,
stay with Philly because he went to the Saints because of Derek Carr. There is no Carr now. He got Spencer Rattler, so you can't really do much there. If he wants to turn things around, now he can go in and do whatever. Now, I know he had this draft, but plus the Saints are in cap hell, so they can't really do much. So they set him up to fail, pretty much. They set him up.
I feel like if Kellen Moore,
I would gladly trade for him to come back.
Yeah. But if the Saints took him and aren't going to give him a couple of years, then they are delusional
and wasting money.
Yes. All right, Benny, you asked who's my squad. There we go. I am a Patriots fan, so Foxborough Files Orchard Park version. Looking at this game, these look like the 2 best teams in the AFC East. Obviously, the Bills are the best team in the division right now. My whole thing is Drake May's off to a good start. He leads the league in completion percentage. The passing offense is 7th best in the league. Now he gets to go toe-to-toe with Josh Allen in an environment in Orchard Park that can be daunting to the road team. And whether or not he can go possession for possession with him, I think will show a lot of Drake May's growth, which he has shown already. Like this offense compared to last year's Alex Van Pelt offense, Drake May is clearly more comfortable in Josh McDaniels' offense. He's showing that week in and week out. I believe they can beat the Bills. I'm there with you, Benny. I think they have an opportunity. The key matchups will be James Cook, and you have to throw Josh Allen into that. Their top-rated rushing offense going against the Patriots, who are the 3rd best rush defense. But Chuba Hubbard did have some success on them last week. So we'll see if that becomes a trend with the Pats. But that's going to be interesting to see. And then the other side, the Bills have the best pass defense going against, like I said, the Patriots' 7th best pass offense. Which side of the ball wins in that one? Because I do think the Patriots are going to throw the ball against Buffalo. It's just that Drake May just has to keep up with his ball control and finding the open guy. And Steph Diggs going off last week obviously makes me feel more comfortable, or more confident, I should say, going into this week against Buffalo. Bills may be best in the league, but I'm looking for an upset. I think it could happen as well.
Me too.
So it's my little Foxborough files there. We're gonna keep it going. All right, so precision index. So Sajin talking about best in the league. So we sit here and we kind of tier up the teams, and let's talk about them. So the Dub Club, that's top of the top, tippy top. We only have 3 teams in there: the Eagles, the Bills, and the Lions. Diggs has a score to settle. He does. So I guess looking at these 3 here, I would say who's probably the weakest in the Dub Club to you?
The Eagles offense.
Yeah.
I can give you that.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
That's about right. That's fair.
But there are 3 very strong teams. Like you said in the chat, the Bills, you could argue are the best team in the AFC based off of some other teams and how they've been looking. The Eagles, obviously defending champions, are undefeated, and the Lions.
Man.
For us, that Ravens game showed us a lot about this Lions team.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, Bella likes the Lions.
There we go. Like I said, we learn a lot about Bella when we talk about these things. Appreciate that, Benny. All right, chain mover. So this is just that tier right below the Dub Club. And I think the team want to focus on here, which is close to Jory's team there, the Colts. The Colts. The Colts finally lose against the Rams. I'm in the belief that now we will learn a lot about the Colts. After a loss, will they compound it into multiple losses? Will they get right back on a winning streak? Is the Daniel Jones start legit? Or has it been smoke and mirrors? And now that they've lost, we'll see the Colts go back to the pumpkin and no longer be Cinderella.
I think they're a pumpkin, of course. You know what I'm going to think. They're a rotten-ass pumpkin. And Danny Diamonds is going to go back to Danny Pennies. And the bottom is going to fall out.
So I will tell you the upcoming Colts schedule. I should have had that ready to go. But all right, so they have the Raiders, Cardinals, then the Chargers, Titans, Steelers, Falcons, Chiefs, Texans kind of coming up. So I guess, Key, do you think they're more like the team that started 3-0, or does the loss against the Rams expose kind of who they really are and they're going to start falling here?
I think they're going to, I don't know, we might see who the Rams, the Colts are. I don't, that one loss to the Rams, they could have won if Mitchell didn't do that boneheaded D-Jack impersonation at the 1 yard line. So, I think that was the turning point of the game right there, in my opinion. But no, I think that the Colts would still be relevant. They may not start hot like they was. Maybe that was a humble cool down period, but we'll see. I still think they'll be along the lines of, in this second tier. I don't see them dropping. If they do, oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. So Benny says Chargers will win the AFC West. Now, the only thing I have with the Chargers, Alt being hurt, with Slater already being hurt, that worries me a little bit.
Alt, Becton was out.
Yeah, so that O-line is starting to get a little banged up, and that's something I'm keeping my eye on.
Should have kept Makai. See what happens when you go to a new team, Makai, you get hurt.
Exactly. Grass isn't always greener. All right, so now the flip-flop block. Tier below that, I think
Look
the team
who made that one.
That's the team that we're gonna kind of land on here. The Ravens were a team that a lot of people would say should have been in the Dub Club a couple of weeks ago, at least when the season started. With their play, to be honest with you, they're probably lucky that they landed here. But looking at this Ravens team, We have Lamar out this week and could be out multiple weeks. You have the Roquan Smith stuff. Marlon Humphrey. I think what Kyle Hamilton got hurt in practice. The lack of usage for Derrick Henry. Not only has, I guess the question would be, has the Ravens championship window closed? Has just been shut in their face and now they're backtracking? Or is this a year that we'll look back and probably say injuries hurt them, but they'll be fine? Drew, I kind of think I know where you're going with this, but go ahead.
Absolutely not. Because the same problems that they've had for the past 3 years, they still have. Ma'am, I am getting ready to go on a tangent. Please stop growling.
Well, we know she doesn't like the Ravens. There we go.
Right. Clearly.
I'm like, I was like, I know at the beginning, like during like the off season, I believe I said this year has to be is one of the last years where I feel like they have a window. But now you got all these issues and you're soft.
Yeah.
Defense couldn't stop jack squat. Couldn't stop a nosebleed. They couldn't catch a cold. They're poorly coached. It's time to finally admit that part. Harbaugh keeps letting Monken over here just run rampant with these stupid ass play calls and these trickeries, trying to fool somebody. Who are you fooling? You can't even fool Stevie Wonder with this foolishness. Like, what are we doing here? You're not using your running back. And now he's on the sideline pouting and throwing tantrums like he's a 4-year-old. Sir, you're 6'4", 250. Act like it.
Falling over seats.
Throwing his helmet around. Your defense then just gave it up. Even when you had Matt at BK. You weren't doing well stopping the run.
Mm-hmm.
Marlon Humphrey's so damn worried about a podcast that he can't about covering stuff on a podcast. He can't cover a fucking receiver.
Yeah.
He's so worried about hating on macaroni and cheese. He needs to worry about this: burnt toast, barbecue chicken. Taste that, because that's what he is.
Yeah. I think that's the part of this that's crazy. You know, Baltimore has been built off tough running game, defense.
In defense.
They have neither. And Monken got this job because at Georgia, he ran the ball down people's throats at Georgia with great running backs they had there. And sprinkled in, obviously, a passing game with his quarterbacks. But now, all of a sudden, they are on this thing where I still think they're like trying to prove something with Lamar. And because of that, Derrick Henry's suffering, even though we keep looking at the fumbles and everything. I don't even care about that. I've joked before. I wouldn't care if Derrick Henry was fumbling twice a game. If I need short yardage, I'm giving him the ball and letting him run over somebody. That's what you got him there for. You got him there to run the ball 20, 25 times, tire out defenses. And now all of a sudden, like if you didn't know Derrick Henry's career, you would look at him now and be like, Baltimore's trying to tell us he's washed. That's what they're telling us by the way they're using him. And I think that's obviously a mistake, but I also think that's what's leading to these losses that they keep having. And I think we'll look back and say that this group missed their opportunity to win a Super Bowl because the Chiefs have been trending down. The Ravens haven't been able to take advantage. The Bills are in a similar situation where the Bills haven't necessarily won a big game to get to the Super Bowl, but the Ravens can't capitalize off of that either. And you look at the AFC, we feel like the Chargers under Harbaugh will get better because he's the better Harbaugh. I mean, as long as Tomlin's in Pittsburgh, he's gonna do with smoke and mirrors, and he'll stand in your way. They may not win a Super Bowl, but they'll make it tough on you. I'm gonna say it as a homer. The Patriots look like they're trending in a way that they will be a playoff team soon. Like they mess up and look around and notice teams are gonna start passing them by as Lamar gets a little older, as they have to replace Derrick Henry. They have, Marlon Humphrey and some of these guys in that defense who are coming up for paydays. And if they're smart, they're gonna move on from some of them. So I don't know. I think their window, I mean, if you're a Ravens fan, you may not want to hear this. I think with this current group, that door's kind of been shut on you. That AFC title game you lost to the Chiefs was your year, and you messed it up. That's
Why
kind of
is it that every time they play the Chiefs, they decide that they just want Lamar to throw the ball?
because that's what smart teams. Jordan, you and I talked about it all the time. Don't necessarily, not that you don't trust Lamar to beat you with his arm, but you're not scared of him doing it. Until he does it regularly, that's what the smart teams are going to do.
But Baltimore was never known for throwing, though. That's the thing. They was always running back by committee defense. They never was known for the quarterback play.
And if we're going back to Detroit, if you notice with the play calling, they were trying to mimic Detroit too, and that's why they got their asses handed to them. Be yourself. Quit trying to play call and be like these other teams. You have an identity.
No, exactly.
Well, this was determined before yesterday's game.
This was before last night's game.
Yeah, this was actually determined before last night.
Which, Kerm, look, you brought that up. Shout out to Mac Jones, Kendrick Bourne, and the Niners last night. They played really well. McVay made a interesting call later in the game, but Mac Jones showed toughness. He made all the right throws. So trust me, if they keep this up, the next version, they will move up for sure. It's fluid, like Stephen A says.
This is fluid.
The Dungeon Dwellers.
Yeah, that's about right.
I mean, there's really not much we need to say here, but yeah. Look,
they can
Giants,
all go to hell.
The Giants have the Jackson Dart. They're having a lot of fun right now. Good for them. But
win a couple more games and you'll move.
Exactly.
The Rams had every opportunity to win this game yesterday. Kyron Williams fumbling at the one when it was crucial, yes. Yeah. And they got the ball back, which was good. But why would you run up the middle 4th and 1 when passing got you down there to begin with? I get you want to play for the win. A 4th and 1, take the field goal at this point. But I would have ran a different play call. I wouldn't have had Kyron run up the middle like that. He got stuffed.
Yeah, put the ball in Stafford's hand, give him options. If you want to throw the Kyron Williams out of the backfield, I'd have been fine with that. But
he had 2 receiving touchdowns yesterday. He didn't even have one rushing, I don't think.
But it's like you're the Niners. You're gearing up for the short run play. Even if you want to run it, run a toss. Do something. Because you could tell that defense was gearing for a run up the middle. I get you want to be physical and, play smash mouth when you want to, but in that instance, you can throw a little misdirection at them. So, I agreed. Like, the 4th down call, I didn't have a problem with them going for it. But that play, I just did not like it. And he did. And, that happens,
I don't know, McVay. You should have took a play. You should have took a play out the Eagles playbook and do the tush push. I mean, because the San Fran did it.
For it to be a rugby play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Benny.
Shanahan and San Fran, they didn't want it. They didn't want it. They voted against it, but they sure used it.
Mm-hmm.
And got the first out of it. So I mean, hey,
Kyle Shanahan is a fucking fraud. Excuse me, a fraud. I'm already on 10. So look.
Yeah. All right. Let's go picks. So looking at last week,
Yeah.
See, Jory went 3-2-1. Obviously, the Packers Cowboys ended a tie, so we all get a tie for that. And Jory's record is now 14-7-1. Key, you went 3-2-1 as well. You're 11-5-1. I went 4-1-1. I'm also 14-7-1. So we're each having pretty good years so far with our picks. So let's go ahead and get into week 5. Jory, you are up first. So obviously the Rams one's over with. So yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Titans are gonna piss me off if they lose again. They're about to go on a road trip. I think they figure something out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how. Nothing is giving me confidence in it. I just feel like because don't nobody give a damn, they're gonna win a game.
Hey, it happens. That's usually when you feel like they get their first win. When you're ready to just jump off and not watch anymore, and they'll put together a performance that makes you go, "Where was this all season?"
Yeah, and then they'll go back to being bad the next week. The Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
I will pick the Bills over the Patriots, but you see in the middle where I say that's an upset watch. I would not be surprised if Vrabel found a way to stick it to McDermott again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you have, sorry.
I'm out on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Stop throwing medicine balls. And you wonder why your receivers can't catch. They have the yips.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, if the Jags want to be taken seriously, go beat the Chiefs.
And
Simple
then
as that.
now give me the Lions over the Bengals.
That seems like a safe bet.
Yep.
All right. Key, your picks?
All right. So obviously I had the Rams, but they lost. They had one job.
Mm-hmm.
Because all the injuries we seen with the 49ers, I'm like, oh my God, who is Mac Jones throwing to? It's the middle
All
school.
the damn kicker had to do was make the extra point.
It was and he got blocked again.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to. I think teams are now studying the Rams kicker and his angles. They're blocking him now.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's all around the league.
Yeah.
San Fran didn't have really any starters. They, like I said, they was playing with the recess middle school kids, and the Rams should have won that game. But shout out to Mac Jones, and they was beating him up good. But he's stuck in there. He was tough.
Yeah.
And they won. This man had 11 bananas on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was cramping up. He was hungry. He just needed that potassium. But he had 11 bananas he ate on the sideline. Who else is that? That is I can't even see my own thing.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, there we go. All right, so we got the Sunday night game. I got the Bills over the Patriots. I feel like this could be a potentially good game. Again, it's a division game. Division games are always played tough. Picking the Bills. Monday night, I got the Chiefs against the Jags. I don't see the Jags beating the Chiefs. I don't care who's back there with the Jags. Backup quarterback, T-Law, Kyle. I don't care. The Chiefs is winning. I picked the Eagles over Denver. And the wild card game, I got Tampa over Seattle. I think that'll be a good
game. Okay. So if you already knew,
agrees with you.
Yep, there you go. I guess if you're new, I should explain. We pick the primetime games. We each pick our team's game and then a wild card game. So my picks, which I took 2 wild card games since my team is obviously in one of the primetime games. So I had the Rams as well. I'm taking the Bills over the Patriots, but I have the Patriots covering. I think it's going to be a close game. I just feel like they'll probably split the season series. I think Buffalo gets it at home and Patriots get them later in the year in New England. I had the Chiefs over the Jags because I think the Chiefs figured out a lot against the Ravens team and they're ready to go. Worthy played really well, and they're hoping to kind of tread water until Rice gets back there and then look to take off a little bit more. Wild card games, I have the Vikings over the Browns. I feel like Flores' defense will get to Dylan Gabriel. The only thing I'm worried about, Carson Wentz could very easily turn the ball over a couple of times himself and keep the Browns in it. But if he doesn't, I think the Vikings win. And then the last one, I guess opposed to you, Key, I have the Seahawks beating the Bucks. I just like the Seahawks defense a lot, and I think between Darnold and Baker, I think it could be an exciting game, but I feel like the Seahawks will make a defensive play late to take that win. So I have the Seahawks.
Pick 'em purposes. I can't pick Minnesota no more.
I get it. Trust me, I picked them a couple times this year, and it's been frustrating. But I feel like against Dylan Gabriel, I think they'll be all right. Final burn. I'm giving Wentz a chance. I'm giving him a chance. All right, Key, final burn.
Final burn. East Rutherford, New Jersey. If you don't know where that is North Jersey. And that is one stadium of the Jets and the Giants. Now, out of all the 32 teams in the NFL, 17 stadiums have a turf field still. But why don't you ever hear of any other player getting hurt on that field? It's always somebody's getting crucially injured, season-ending career ACL injuries at MetLife Stadium. What is it about MetLife Stadium that stadium is trash? Throw it away. Mm-hmm. Throw it away. I don't know if you have to get natural grass, something going on there, but you got to fix it because there's too many injuries that happen. Let me tell y'all, I'm going to give y'all a list. I got a list of how many injuries happen at MetLife, and it's crazy. I think 15 out of the stadiums have natural grass. So that's nothing. You don't hear nothing about that. And then the other stadiums have turf, but it's just only MetLife that seems to be not career ending, but season ending for these teams. So these are the players who've all been hurt while at MetLife, and the list is crazy, and it's always the same injury. It's nothing out of the ordinary. It's either ACL, an Achilles. We saw Aaron Rodgers, his first play when he was with the Jets, blew everything. A list of ACL and Achilles injuries at MetLife Stadium in recent years. Let's start from 2020 on up. You had Nick Bosa, ACL tear. You had 2021, you had Matt Pratt with the Giants. He had an ACL. Now we're coming into 2021. Jonathan Morrison at the Giants. He had an ACL. TJ Brunson, ACL. Rodarius Williams, ACL tear. You had Shane Lemieux. He had a ACL. No, he had a partially pretending tear. Jabril Peppers, ACL. Blake Martinez, ACL. Wandale Robinson, Sterling Shepard, ACL. Marcus McKeithen, ACL. Darian Beavers, ACL. We getting a picture here, right? Kyle Fuller, ACL. Aaron Rodgers was an Achilles, and Malik Neighbors, ACL. It's always the same injury. They gotta do something with their field. Moving forward, I don't know. Y'all gotta put a petition in New York, getting some grass on this field. But y'all gonna keep injuring players on this field, and it's crazy. It's only at MetLife. It's never nowhere else do we have this many injuries. This stadium is trash, needs to burn, just like the background is. Just put it in flames, start over. I'm sure you don't even got to start over. Get new field. Put blank period.
We see stadiums do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They rip up the field and put down whatever the new technology is. I feel like the new stuff is like the synthetic turf now, which has like
Right,
a grass feel to
even
it.
with
Yeah,
that,
just
you
do
don't
that.
hear nothing. The only thing that was bad was the Arizona's field, even though that's natural grass. When they did the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, they decided the biggest game of the year, you want to test the grass in the world.
Yeah.
That's why that field was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But burn MetLife Stadium.
Yeah, the history is there that they have to do something about that field because
And they can't just sit here and deny it because we're not stupid.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the Malik Neighbors one is the one that gets it done because that's your star wide receiver. Lose him on your field. That's got to be a wake up call. All right. I'm going to go next. We're going to save this segment for Jory to close us out. I know she's got something brewing. So I'm starting with the Bad Bunny, the opposition to Bad Bunny. The amount of people I have seen lose their mind because Bad Bunny's getting the Super Bowl, which Key, you can attest to this because this man raised the roof down in Puerto Rico for a WWE event.
That's the only song I know because of that one. That song was lit though.
That's what I'm saying.
Lit. I don't know a lick of Spanish, but that song was catchy.
Exactly. Like Bad Bunny can put on a show. He did it for them. He'll do it at the Super Bowl. So all this other stuff that's clearly, politically based as to why they're doing this to him, y'all need to get over yourself because all these people talking about, oh, I'm boycotting the league over this decision.
Okay, go
y'all
ahead.
boycotted
Don't
the
watch
league
the
years ago.
halftime show.
But it's like, but these are the same people who boycotted because of Colin Kaepernick. They boycotted when it was Kendrick Lamar. They boycotted when it was Beyonce. Like they've been boycotting every year. Clearly, y'all lying because y'all pay attention to this and y'all the first ones to talk about it. Just let the man.
Because they want to see Nickelback.
Now they're saying that ICE is going to be there.
Right. Even though Puerto Rico, I feel like you shouldn't have to say this, but Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. Part of the U.S.
You don't need a passport to go visit Puerto Rico. You can just go.
But hey, the education system is what it is. People act like, what? It is? Yes, it is. So
it is.
That was kind of Bad Bunny's fear. But go ahead, Jory.
He's an American citizen. Everybody that don't speak Spanish is not an immigrant. Let's stop with that bullshit. Like it.
Yeah. And yes, and to the detriment of some of these people's arguments, Bad Bunny does actually speak English.
Yeah.
It's not his first language, obviously, but he does speak English. So you'll probably get some English in the show. But I've heard some of his songs. Once again, I took Spanish in high school. I know a little bit, but the beats are there. Oh, go ahead, Jory. Sorry.
They know Bad Bunny's song with Cardi.
Mm-hmm.
He got a song with Drake.
Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. People are like, I don't even know who Bad Bunny is. You've seen Bad Bunny somewhere.
Go on, then don't. Change the channel.
But that's the thing. Most of y'all at a Super Bowl party, when it's halftime, go get snacks. Who cares?
Kendrick said
go to YouTube and watch Metallica. I don't know. That's the thing. Everybody, every year, it's like, well, why don't we get Metallica? I've been hearing that for like 10 years now. If you want Metallica, put some headphones in and listen to Metallica during the halftime show and then turn it off when the game comes back on. Congratulations, you gave yourself a halftime show. Knock yourself out. But I had no problem with the choice. I'm excited to see what he's going to do because, like I said, I don't watch WWE like that. But I did see that at Puerto Rico, and this man tore that place up. So I'm happy with that. Second part, the Ryder Cup. We don't talk golf on here because obviously I don't watch it like that. But the Ryder Cup, U.S. versus Europe, it's kind of interesting. Hearing these European players talk about the U.S. crowd in New York, talking about stuff was thrown at their wives. They were saying stuff. Rory McIlroy's like, after that, he may never come back to the U.S. and play in an event. And then some of these fans, when they interviewed them, there's one guy who's like, I'm from Long Island. That's what we do. Deal with it. I was like, bro, you could have stayed in your house with that stupidity.
Oh, man. Like, New Yorkers for you.
They were like proud that European players hated the treatment like this is a big deal for golf. You get, guys who play on the European tour or usually play over there a lot. They finally come over to the U.S. and U.S. fans get to see them all in the tournament. And y'all ruined it because y'all wanted to act like idiots, which, once again, a lot of that, you could probably throw a dividing line with political stances and realize some of these people, because the president was there, at least for the first day or so, whatever. It's like, some of these are probably your supporters doing this, but not getting political. But it's just like, what is going on with the country where we can't even respect not just the European players, but their family who were there with them? Like that, we have missed the plot completely in this country. And good on Rory McIlroy for pointing it out and saying that he may never come back. Because if I was him, I probably wouldn't come back either. Because that's ridiculous that you have to, see your wife getting stuff thrown at them because you're a European golfer.
I don't condone that, but I don't claim New Yorkers either.
I mean, very true. All right, Jory, we'll let you close out with the final burn.
One thing that I do hate is entitled kids and stupidity. But you have a good night, Sergeant.
Yeah, appreciate
I
it,
did
Sergeant.
want to elaborate more on my train of thought when it comes to Mr. Shedeur Sanders in his pantomime. You're not cute. You're not being funny. You're not slick. You should have gave one of those cornball Russell Wilson answers. Really? Really? All right. Anyway. And then when people say what we said earlier about that situation, it's you got people like Steven Jackson making videos on Instagram saying that we need to let the kid be himself and da 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 da. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, we're not saying he needs to change his personality completely.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're saying there's a time and a place that he needs to have decorum. He needs to realize that you are an adult, you are a professional. There are certain times during this profession where you have to act like it. And if the people already don't like you, don't give them more of a reason to not like you. Do I think Rex was kind of wrong for that? Yes. I think he was a little harsh. Did
Mm-hmm.
I agree with half the stuff he said? Yes. Because it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another reason why he felt like he got to have a smart ass response to it. Because he knows half of that stuff is true. He knows that's coach speak. He knows there's people that think about that when it comes to him. But you want to be playful and deflect and do all this extra crap and pantomime and be smart. Ooh, da da da. I didn't like what this person said about me, so I'm just gonna mouth words into a camera and all of this. It's inconsiderate. It's horse crap, and the fact that I know Dion enables this, and this is why he had Shedeur acts the way that he acts. Bucky act like a damn groupie, and Deandra's a fucking bird.
Only ones you don't hear about is baby girl and Shiloh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Shiloh is likable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, Bucky is
Raises kids
a
to think
junior for a
that
reason. He is Dion's kid. That he is his name.
Mm-hmm.
you can look at the hairline and tell. Like, it makes me it's sad because this is why whenever I have children, they'll know what real life actually is. Real life is a mix of the best of times and of the worst of times.
Yeah.
So now that you're going through all this adversity, you're not handling it the right way and you're doing this on purpose. But if he is, this is a stupid thing to do because look at what you're showing the other 31.
Mm-hmm. I do think it's a good point.
Mr.
Yeah.
Xavier Howard.
Oh God.
Now, didn't I just say I hate when people use their kids?
Yep.
And here comes this clown over here using his wife and kids as a shield for quitting. Tell the truth, Xavier. You got cooked and you said, I can't do this no more.
Mm-hmm.
Shield to deflect. Stop that. Them babies don't deserve that. You and everything. You couldn't even finish the remainder of your season for your teammates. How selfish. At least you ain't do it like halftime. At halftime, like Vontae Davis did it. But rest in peace. But to sit here and word that like your family is making you quit and da 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 and God this, God that, y'all gonna stop playing with God. God don't be telling y'all to walk away from contractual obligations because you quit, because he giving you a change of heart. He's not doing that. God not telling you to walk away from the game at halftime. Your children not telling you to do that shit. Just say you didn't want to play no more. And you'll be more respected.
Cool.
But
My
you
wife
just
and my
couldn't do
kids
it.
are so old.
I love that show. That's my sleepy time show.
Fun show. But I agree
But
with
that's all
that.
I had. I really didn't have too much. I got on Callahan earlier. I ain't got
Yeah.
too much left to say about Callahan.
Yeah, yes, you definitely you gave Callahan, everything that he needed. Like I mean, I agree with you. The Xavier Howard thing. It was probably he probably had one foot out the door anyway. Then has the game where he gets cooked, and you hear like, I guess to switch to NBA real quick, like um, Kenny talked about it all the time when they asked him like, "How'd you know it was your time to go?" And he said like he was on a fast break and he looked back to take that picture. He said, early in your career, nobody's in that picture. But then later on, when you know it's time to go, everybody's looking, anticipating to catch you. He's like, that's when he knew when to go. I think Xavier Howard had that moment. He was like, oh, God, I'm getting cooked. I can't cover guys like I used to.
That's how Richard Sherman figured out he was done. Devontae Smith.
Yeah. And it happens. They say Father Time's undefeated for a reason. Like you have that moment where you mentally know you can't do what you want to do physically, and you have to make that tough decision. So, I mean, whatever he has lined up for him post-career, good luck to him. But that's just how it works. Sports, being an athlete, it's not forgiven when it's your time to go. But I guess that's all we got for you. That's Final Burn. That's how we kind of end the show out. I guess, Jory, anything you want to add before we get out of here? Working on or something? Let them know.
I have a couple articles I'm working on and a couple videos. But stay tuned. I'm not going to put a date on it because if I do, it won't get done.
I got you. All right. Key?
I got pretty much nothing going on. The Aces did pull out the game, though. They ended up winning by 3. I can already tell it's going to be a good series. The refs is letting them play. It's physical. So I think it was 89-86. So Aces win game 1.
All right. I guess for me, you'll see me Tuesday for On the Ball. Kind of like Jory, I have an article in the works. If you guys haven't, I guess, checked out the Tumblr or the WordPress, feel free to do so. Have some articles up there already. I have a Discord channel, which join that if you'd like to get more, I guess, sports talk from us as well. But yeah, so make sure you are back next week Friday for another edition where we'll have, I guess, more WNBA to talk about. I guess by then, maybe some NBA might sprinkle in because the preseason
And maybe
is
my
underway.
Titans might have won a game.
Oh, you'll have to definitely tune in for that. If the Titans win or lose, Jory will be here to give her honest thoughts. We'll see what the Bills and the Patriots game looks like. And Keys Eagles, can they keep that undefeated streak going? So make sure you like, subscribe, share, follow, all the good stuff. Wire to Wire Network. Check out all the great shows on here. I believe tomorrow morning you'll get Coast to Coast college football show. So tune in for that, as well as everything else. We'll see you next Friday. We are out of here. Enjoy your weekend. Good night.